if you have a cell phone, maybe you want to turn it off or set it to stun so it just vibrates. Baruch Dayan Ha'emet, we praise the Judge of Truth. Beginning with Psalm 121. Esai enai el haharim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai oseh shamayim va'aretz. Al yitain lamot raglecha, al yanum shomrecha. Hine lo yanum velo yishan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomrecha, Adonai tzedcha al yad yaminecha. Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka ve'erech balayla. Adonai shmarcha mikol ra yishmor et nafshecha. Adonai shmar tzedcha avoecha me'ata v'ad olam. I lift my eyes to the mountains. What is the source of my help? My help comes from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. The Lord will not let your foot give way. Your protector will not slumber. See, the protector of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is your guardian. He is your protection at your right hand. The sun will not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. God will guard you from all harm. God will guard your soul, your going and your coming, now and forever. This morning we gather to pause and to reflect and to mourn and to express gratitude for the life of your dear Busya. She was very devoted to her family. She was a good wife, a good mother, a good grandmother, a great-grandmother, prababushka, rababushka, prababushka. She was a good friend. People loved her. Before the service, I saw some pictures of her with a couple of the great-grandchildren, and you know, she was touching, and it's wonderful. We were talking, grandchildren and great-grandchildren is such a blessing. You could do it without your children sometimes, you know, because the children sometimes but the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, it's so loving. She was born in Ukraine, April 9th, 1924. Her parents of blessed memory, Moshe and Maria Goldstein. Her older brother, Lazer, preceded her in death. He was a soldier during the Great War, during World War II, and when he was 19 years old, he was missioning in action. Growing up in Ukraine and the shackles of the Soviet Union, most Jews did not practice much outwardly, although they were Jewish in their hearts and in their souls. And Busya had a Jewish soul. As Larissa and Olga talked about Busya, I was reminded of a bittersweet, a poignant story about Golda Meir. She was Prime Minister of Israel in 1948. Golda Meir went to the Soviet Union. She was the first Israeli ambassador to the Soviet Union. And she knew that this would be a very difficult assignment. And she did not know how the Russian Jews would react to her. The first Israeli ambassador from the new state of Israel in 1948. There had been no legal Jewish education for Russians since the revolution in October of 1917. She thought perhaps maybe all the Jews are gone. Local Jews were warned to keep their distance from the Israeli delegation, and the Israelis also were very apprehensive about making contact with their own Russian relatives. So Golda is in Moscow, and it's before Rosh Hashanah, October 1948, and word was circulated that she was going to go to the Choral Synagogue. Tens of thousands of Moscow's Jews came to the synagogue. You can see the pictures. And Golda wrote in her autobiography Instead of the 2,000 Jews who usually came to the synagogue on the holidays, a crowd of close to 50,000 Jews were waiting for us. For a minute, she said, I could not grasp what had happened, or even who they were. And then it dawned on me. She said they had come, these good, brave Jews, in order to demonstrate their sense of kinship, their sense of family, and to celebrate the establishment of the State of Israel. They called her name Golda, and they lined up at the synagogue to see her and to touch her, to wave to her and to welcome her. And Golda wrote in her autobiography that she was so moved she could hardly speak. As she was walking through the crowd, all she could say was, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming, thank you for being here, thank you for remaining Jews. And it's a similar sentiment this morning as we look at one another. Even in our sadness over the loss of Busya, it's a sense of gratitude. Thank you for remaining Jews. Busya was blessed with a loving family. Her husband Michael, or Mikhail, married in 1951. He passed away in 2006. They were married 55 years at the time of his death. Kanahora, it's to have a marriage that long is a wonderful thing. He also spent his waning years in Menorah Park. They were blessed, Busya and Mikhail were blessed with a daughter, Larissa, her husband Arkady, grandchildren, Vlad and Olga. Vlad's significant other is also named Olga. I hope there's no confusion there. And Olga's husband is Mike. And then Busya was blessed with great-grandchildren, 3, Victoria and Matthew and Ava. In addition to Larissa's comments and recollections, Olga added about Babushka. She said, she took care of Vlad and me on the weekends. We lived in University Heights, and she took us to museums, and she played with us. She made a delicious Napoleon cake. It was very tasty. And she said, and she didn't yell. This is not easy with young children, not to yell. She didn't yell. I asked Arkady what he thought, and he said, what Larissa said. And also Vlad agreed with his sister. The family came to America on April 3rd, 1990. So April's a big month in this family. She was born in April. She passed away in April. The family came to America in April. There are probably other things as well. She was a bright woman, and over the years she developed dementia, which is a real sadness when people lose their ability to reason and talk and have these conversations that you remember having, so many wonderful conversations. She lived in Menorah Park for the last 4 years, almost 4 years. And on Sunday, she breathed her last. Busya breathed her last. Her soul is at peace. It is a time of rest now. There's no deterioration. There's no pain. It is a time of rest and a time of peace. Judaism teaches that her soul, the soul inside her, like the breath, the animating spirit within her, the soul returns to God to be with the souls of her relatives, her dear husband, family, friends, and the ancestors of our people. We learn in Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 7, the dust returns to the earth as it was, the spirit returns to God who gave it. One day, all of us will join our dear ones in a time called Olam Haba. Olam Haba is a time, not a place. This is a place where we are right here. Olam Haba is a time. The world to come is an eternal time. It's a spiritual existence during which you will be together again in the spiritual sense. You have many, many memories of Busya, and we give thanks to God for this gift of long life. She just had her 94th birthday, just a week ago, last Monday. She just had her 94th birthday. And so we thank God for the gift of this long life. And as you think of her, be kinder and more thoughtful, and do things that you know will make her proud of you and your behavior. Take good care of one another and do these things in her loving memory. For only through our deeds can the world be compensated for her loss. We conclude with words from the first chapter of the book of Job. Adonai Natan, v'Adonai Lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai Muvarach. The Lord hath given, the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru yimru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. May God, who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, cause peace to rain down upon us, upon all Israel, and upon the soul of our dearly departed Busya Leykin. And together let us say Amen. Please rise for the El Malei Rachamim prayer. Into your care, O God, we entrust the spirit of our dear Busya Leykin. For you keep faith with your children in death as in life. Sustain us that we may meet with serenity the mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you, O God, are with us, a loving friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of our life, our hope in eternity. El Malei Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hametzeh Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei Hashchina, Im Kedoshim Utohorim, Kezohar Haki Amazirim, Et Nishmat Batya Bat Moshe Shalachal Olama Ba'al Harachamim Yastireha B'Seitzer Kanafav Leholamim Vayitzror B'Tzor HaChayim Et Nishmata Adonai hu nachalata v'tanuach b'shalom al mishkava v'nomar Amen. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Busya Leykin. She has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let her find refuge in the shadow of your wings, and let her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is her inheritance. May she rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. And let us together, we recite the Kaddish in Busya's loving memory. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Ba'alma divrach eruteh v'yamelich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei rabam uvorach le'olam u'la'omei al-maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha berichu. Le'elah min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ba'alma v'imeru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. May God grant peace to those who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved among us. We recite these words to Busya. Lech kishilacha Adonai. Go your way, for God has called you. Lech v'Adonai ye'imach. Go your way, and may God be with you. V'halach lifanecha tzidkecha, kavod Adonai asfecha. May your righteous deeds go before you, and may the glory of God receive you. Hamakom yinachem etchem betoch sha'avedei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God console the mourning family. May God console you with all who mourn in Zion and Jerusalem. We will recite Kaddish for Busya at our temple every Friday night for the next month at 7:30. Whether any family members attend or not, we will recite Kaddish for her. Services, I said, is at 7:30. Also, the religious school kids need repetitions and practice in the Kaddish. On Sunday mornings, we'll say Kaddish for Busya, and on Wednesday afternoons, we'll say Kaddish for Busya as well. Whether anybody else comes or not, it'll be our privilege. Know that we will say Kaddish for her. And this concludes our service here at the funeral.